Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake It's Me, and today is Saturday, December 6th, 2025, and isn't it a fun time to be alive? If you haven't done so, hit like and subscribe, then follow me on podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com for all, for the podcast that's updated every Thursday, or you could also find the podcast on your favorite streaming platform. Also, go give Hello Cupcake It's Me.com. Yeah, HelloCupcakeIt'sMe.com some love. That's the blog. And follow me on TikTok for TikTok Tuesdays. And follow me on all the other social medias. And check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, found at www.cdsthebook.com. So, as you can see, I am still in bed, and that is because I had a very long, with a hard G, day and yesterday, and I just can't get out of bed. Like my social and just physical batteries are on 0 right now. And at the time of recording this, it's just a little after 10 in the morning, but I didn't get to sleep last night until 2 or 3. And I have social obligations tonight that I need to work on, and I'm just like, ugh. I don't want to go. I don't want to do those things. But I got to spend some time with my sister and my niece last night. We went out for dinner, and then me and my niece spent like 2 or 3 hours just driving around aimlessly and talking and looking at all the Christmas lights and listening to Christmas music, and just such an amazing time whenever I get to hang out with her. Like, she's so young, but she's also so just like on top of shit with like where she's at in her life, what she's got going on. I got some long ass eyelashes on my eye right there. Huh. I've never noticed that before. Oh yeah, and my beautiful hospital bracelet. I'll get into that in just a second. But yeah. Anyways, so we just drove around and hung out, which is amazing. So to get to my hospital bracelet now, a couple of days ago, I started having really bad pain in my lower back on my right side. And I had no idea what I could have possibly done to piss off my back in that area. And the only thing I could have thought, or that I thought could be going on, is that the Tuesday right before Thanksgiving, so that was November 5th, or November 25th, I think it was. Anyways, whatever the Tuesday was before Thanksgiving, I had emergency dental surgery done, and they ended up extracting one of my wisdom teeth and had me on 1,500 milligrams of amoxicillin for 3 times a day. For 3 days. So I took 3 500 milligram capsules 3 times a day for 3 days. And during that time period, I was eating yogurt, and I thought that I had started developing another kidney stone. And I was like, oh, fuck, please don't be that. Please, please, please don't be that. So preemptively, I called my doctor. I was like, listen, I need to get in for a CT scan and with contrast, because I think I am developing a kidney stone. And I go over every single thing that I went through last time that I had a kidney stone. And I was like, this is what needs to be done, this is what needs to be done, and this is what needs to be done. So they're like, oh, well, Michael, you need to come into the clinic for an evaluation. I'm like, a physical evaluation is not going to do shit. Like, I know what needs to be done, and I'm telling you, there's something drastically wrong. Well, we can get you in on December 26th. I'm like, I am not going to try to get in the day after Christmas because y'all are not going to be open. You say you're going to be open. You were supposed to be open on Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving, and I was supposed to have an appointment that day, and oh, shocker, everyone was closed because none of the doctors wanted to come in because, their families were in from out of town, and people travel for the holidays, so I highly doubt y'all are going to be open. I'm like, but whatever, get me in. If I have to do that, just get me in, but I already know what needs to be done. So they squeeze me in to this appointment, and my doctor comes in, and it was literally the biggest waste of fucking time in the goddamn universe because he came in and he's like, so what do you think is going on? I'm like, I'm having lower back issues that is indicative of kidney stone, and a lot of similarities from the last time I had one is happening now. Low-grade nausea, deep, muscular pain, and decrease in color of urination, and pain when I stand or walk, and a little bit of pain when I'm trying to urinate. Oh, okay, well, so he starts typing in my notes. He's all, when was this that you had it done? I was all, February of 2021. And he's like, oh, huh. And he looks, he's like, oh, yep, there it is. From January to February, your first examination was in January, and then your second one, the CT scan with contrast, was in February. I said, I know. I'm not arbitrarily pulling this shit out of the thin air and telling you what medication and what treatments I need to have done, Because of my weight, the x-ray did not work. Because of my weight, the sonogram did not work. Because of my weight, the CT scan did not really work. Because of my weight, the CT scan with contrast showed everything that was happening and actually diagnosed a few other things. So CT scan or CT scan without contrast, I just need this done ASAP today. Mind you, this is at 4:30 in the evening, and diagnostic imaging closes, and you have to have a fucking appointment for a 10-second scan. It's not 10 seconds, but it's literally less than 10 minutes. If you've never had a CT scan, you lay on this hard plastic bed. They run a tube over you, and then that's it. It's literally maybe 10 minutes at most. So I called the next morning, and so that was Thursday that I called. They got me in to be seen Friday morning at 8 a.m., did my 5-second scan, and then had to go do some labs and everything else, and then I just had to do a bunch of walking and catching the bus and just trying to do all the other things. But yeah, so at about 3:45 last night, all my test results come back. Lower right kidney, no stone detected. Lower left kidney, 1 millimeter non-puncturing detected. Okay, so I know that I had a stone. It felt like it was in the right, but it's actually in the left. Okay, awesome. So my right side just being an asshole, is that because of like the stone that I have in the left? Like, is it residual pain? What's going on? But I'm like, it's kind of justifying, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, it's non-puncturing right now, so I'm hoping that it just passes and doesn't cause any issues, and while it's just floating around doing whatever it does inside the kidney, like, but, anyways, I started up my apple cider vinegar drink that I have, and the very first sip of that, I actually felt the liquid go through my right kidney. And it was so strange. Like, I drank it, and about a minute later, I feel this cold go through my right kidney. Like, it was like, whoa, okay. So, anyways, they had to slap this on me because I don't know why they had to slap it on me, honestly. Like, whenever I've gone in for imaging, I don't know that I've ever gotten one of these, but I'm just like, listen to your fucking patients, especially when they don't have any history of, like, drug abuse or whatever else. Like, we know our bodies. But yeah, so after running around all over the place and being stuck for collectively about an hour out in the elements, it was just a lot. But yeah, when I was on the bus, I ended up calling my pharmacy, and they said that they had my medication. So taking the bus to the pharmacy was kind of like a sketchy situation, because my small town has very shitty bus services out in the I basically live in like a suburb that is very country and rural. So, we don't have a dedicated bus system just for our area. All of our buses come from are in town and come out here, and it's a bunch of bullshit. It's actually easier for me to get from my house all the way to Seattle and back than it is for me to go from my house 2 miles down the road to the grocery store and back by bus. Now, I can do it if there's favorable winds or whatever else. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. So that, coupled with just the work that I had to do yesterday once I got home, I've been working on my book website because I realized a couple of the links weren't working, and I needed to update some of my information on the book website. And I also needed to update a couple of other web pages, and then I started writing a new short story that was inspired by the fact that I was sitting at the bus stop and listening to Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire on my iPod. So I was like, feeling kind of creative, and it's kind of dark and gloomy and brooding, so let's do this. But yeah, the last couple of days have just been fun, and every day my mouth gets a little bit better. I'm at the point now where I can gently drink through a straw. I don't know what I looked in my mouth the other night when I went to the bar, and there's a mirror in the hallway, and I had the flashlight on my phone on, and I was looking in the mirror with my mouth open on, and looking at that where my tooth used to be, just to kind of see what it looked like and how it was healing. And the cook comes walking around the corner with a plate full of food, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I started laughing. I was all, "Yeah, this does need some context, doesn't it?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." She's like, "But why didn't you go into the bathroom?" I was like, "Because, I just can't get as close to, I can't see in that mirror. Like, at least this one I can get like this close with it, and I can shine the light right where I need it to." And she's like, "Okay, that makes sense." I was like, "Don't question me." So yeah, and tonight I have to go back to the bar. There's going to be a band there, and I was asked by a couple of people if I would show up, so I said yeah. Kind of wishing that I didn't say yes and that I didn't have to go, but if I didn't go, all I would be doing is still laying in this bed, and I need to get out and, do something. So, yeah, that's been my last 73 hours in a nutshell, is just running myself ragged and trying to just make the best of life. So, anyways, I think I'm going to let you go because I'm going to upload this and maybe go back to bed because I'm still a little tired. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments section down below. And just remember, you are doing the best you can with what you have available to you. And in a world full of Karens, be somebody who cares in the world. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys. Boop.